Good morning, everyone. This is Deb. It is Monday, March 5th. And I have to apologize. I have kind of been missing in action. Lots going on. Just a quick update. My mother's still in the rehab nursing home. She got approved for another week through today. But they're going to try and extend her another few days. She's had some other new developments, like blood in her stool, and she now has a lovely cough that sounds like pneumonia to me, but it's not. I mean, so far, as of Friday, it was clear mucus, so we'll see. But that was a new development, so they're going to try and keep her for more therapy and see what's going on with those things a little longer, but then she will not be going to her home. I am going to have to sell it, and she will be going into they call them personal care instead of assisted living now. I have to call them this morning and make sure the application is getting approved and find out when I can move a few of her things in. I'd like to get them there before she gets there, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's what's been going on with my life. So Friday, it was a snowy day, and it was a wet, heavy snow. Not a ton of it, but it was also 55-mile-an-hour wind, so it was gusting. So when I left my house, the snow had really just started. But I had to go to the nursing home for what they call a care plan meeting. And I had that at 1 o'clock. Well, on my way to the nursing home, which is sort of near where mom lived, so it's about 40 minutes away, and I got a call from my son saying he had gotten home because he had been somewhere, I guess at his dad's, I forget. Anyway, he had gotten home and we lost power. And before that, on my way, my daughter and that was right around the time I had just about gotten to the nursing home. My daughter, around noon, right after I left to go there, had texted me and said they lost power. And she lives about 25 minutes away, sort of on the way towards where my mom is. Anyway, so I thought, oh, great. And then my son called and said, yeah, we had lost power too, which I wouldn't have known if he hadn't come home, and I didn't really expect him to be home. But anyway, so that began another adventure. So I'm up at the nursing home. The roads were starting to get a little slick, mostly just wet, but the visibility was like zero almost. It was very little, and also the street lights were all getting covered, so you could barely see what color the street lights and things were, because the snow was blowing so sideways. It was laying in the little nooks where the lights are. So that was a little tricky. And some of them were out, and there were downed trees and branches and things because it was a wet, heavy snow. High winds. Yeah, not a good combination. So anyway, we lost power until Sunday at 4:40 p.m. And that was a blessing, actually, because the original estimate, well, first of all, for 2 days, they wouldn't even give us an estimate. They just said multi-day, lots of people out of power, blah, blah, blah. And we're looking all around us where I live, and every other development right around us had power except our street. We're like at an end of a line, and then there's a university nearby, and the university's on their own system. So we're like at the end of the line, and we're like last people that they pay attention to. Anyway. So where was I going with it? So that was Friday. Yeah, the original estimate was Tuesday, 11:59 p.m. So midnight, basically. And guess what? There's another snowstorm expected on Wednesday. So I'm like, great, they're going to get it on just in time for the next snowstorm, and then it'll go out again, which is very possible. It might go out again on Wednesday. Anyway, so we got it on Sunday. Thank you, Pico, for 2 days earlier than your estimate. I was hoping it was a conservative estimate. So, that is not what this video is about, but there you have it. This is supposed to be ScrapBinSaturday being filmed on Monday because I didn't have since my daughter didn't have power and I didn't have power, she was also out. Hers was weird though, because Friday night hers came back on. So I went there to babysit. I left. I had to be there at 6:15 in the morning because my son-in-law was taking my one granddaughter to a gym meet somewhere an hour and a half away or so. And my daughter had scheduled a girls' night out with her best friend from a while, that she hadn't seen in a while. So really bad weather timing for all of this. So she wasn't home. So anyway, they didn't, I got to their house and I brought things with me to do Scrap Bin Saturday, thinking, oh, they've got power, yay. Well, 7 a.m. their power went back out and it didn't come back on. So they do have a generator, and my son-in-law's father came by and started the generator and got it hooked up running, so we had some heat and things in the house, so that was nice. Anyway, I took with me Saturday to babysit my scraps to do Scrap Bin Saturday, because I had not had a chance to do it Friday as I had hoped, since I was dealing with generators and I had trouble starting mine and mom's stuff and everything. But so I gathered up 2 bins with some stuff. I took this pocket letter I had gotten from Paige because I remembered there were some gold circles and bling in it. I took some doilies with me that I had in my stash. I took these scraps I got out of my scrap bin. Some green and gold and dark green. I did have 3 sheets of designer paper, but I didn't use them because I am in also a 1 paper pad collaboration. And my thought was I would get a pocket letter done that I had to do, or at least do embellishments for it. I took this washi that had, it's all seasonal. I only had this in it, shamrocks. And I took these along, which I ended up not using. Well, I didn't get to them yet. I took some of these along, which we did end up, we being my granddaughter and I took these along, which are cupcake picks, which are falling out of here. One second. These are things I've had in my stash. I took this little bottle of art glitter glue I had, and it wasn't very full. It's still not very full, so I took that because I didn't know if they had glue. I did take these washies as well, just the plain greens and sparkle green. Someone, I guess, had gifted me shamrocks and horseshoes and things. They're like, and leprechaun hats. I didn't end up using them yet. And then I took my 1 3/4 inch scallop punch, a 1 inch punch, a bow, and a flower. The only one I ended up using while I was there, or 2 actually, I used 1 bow and a couple of these, I think. Not too many though, because I also took, well wait, I'll show that to you in a minute. I took this folder which had, ribbon is coming off the reel, stickers from last year, and word stickers from Dollar Tree, which I'm still using. So I had these stickers, I had these, which I did use 1 or 2 of. I had these. I don't think we used any of these. I had these, which there was another sheet of, and we did use 1 or 2 of those. And I left some for my other granddaughter. We had 2 sheets of these, and Haley used some of them, and I left some for my other granddaughter. And I took these along, which I think we ended up not using, and these, which we did end up using some. Oops, there's some of my scrap papers. See, scrap paper. So, and these word letters have to come out of there. I'll never be able to find them again. So I had them. And I was going to leave these there. I thought, remember, I think I said when I bought these at, I think Dollar Tree. I don't know where I got these. Anyway, my thought process was I would be able to cut them off and use them, but I didn't. And then I was going to leave them there for my girls to use, my grandgirls, but I didn't get to that. So then, in addition to my scraps, let me put this down. I showed you the cupcake holders, right? I had them, and we used quite a few of them. And then I had all this, and to take that bin, I had to empty out my stencils, so I had some to carry the stuff in. I had this, I took some tape, and I had this ribbon, which I ended up not using. I had some scrap ribbons and things, and I thought there was some green in there, things I might use. And I also had some raffia type ribbon and a green meshy ribbon. So I took all that, and I used just a little bit of ribbon, actually. Okay, and then the last thing I took was this bin, which I keep my already punched out things in it. And I had some envelopes in here of circles that were already punched, and I had a whole bunch of dark green ones and light green ones, and we did use them, and we used a couple other ones. And I had a couple left, but I left them for my other granddaughter to use so she could make some things when she got back from her gym meet. Now, my 5-year-old granddaughter Haley, in this miscellaneous other container, I had a pink fairy that somebody had gifted to me. These are whitish ones from Peggy Strong. And I also had a princess with butterflies in her skirt that I'm pretty sure Deb Hendrick had gifted me. Not positive. And she wanted to use those. And, oh, it was so cute, guys. She had this whole story going. And it started with the fairy. She made wands out of the cupcake holders. And all the pictures are going to be at the end because I don't have them here. They're at my daughter's house. Everything is. But the first one she did was the fairy wand. And the fairy was using the shamrocks to do magic. So the next one was a leprechaun. And the fairy did magic on the leprechaun so that it turned into the next one, which was the beautiful princess. And then she did a fourth one, which I forget what it is, but you'll see it in the picture. And then the last thing she made was a boat, and she actually made a little paper princess. She cut it, and we taped it together so that the princess could float away and I guess go off to another land. Anyway, there was a whole little story she had created. It was so cute. And she was so creative. I never thought, for example, she took the cupcake holders and cut them in half. So we had half and half. I never thought to do that. So, hey, I got a new idea. Might try a little different than what hers did. But, hey, that's okay. So I thought that was really a creative idea. You know, you get good ideas from children because they're free thinking, you know. They don't have all these burdens of everyday life like we do on them. So she's very creative. So I'm going to put just behind this all the pictures of what we made. I had already posted them on Instagram because that's the only thing I could do was upload from my phone to Instagram, but I couldn't make a video out of it. And my phone loses power quickly, so like the minute I turn an app on, there goes 30% of my power. I don't know what's wrong with this phone, but anyway, that's what happened. So I'll put the pictures at the end. The first picture or two will be what I made which wasn't a whole lot. It was a wand and 3 embellishments, which I had intended on using the embellishments in a St. Patty's Day pocket letter I owe someone, which I have to mail out this week, so I've got to finish that today. I did make some embellishments, but they look so much like badges, and my other granddaughter was at a gym meet, which didn't go well this time. I guess too much going on, you know, her mind was probably not there. But anyway, so when I made my wand, it had good luck on it. For I was thinking Irish, but Haley was thinking, yeah, that would be good for her sister, for Courtney. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's true. She can use it for her next gym meet, and hopefully it'll bring her good luck. So then I made these little badge looking things with some scrap ribbon and some of the circles and things, the ones Paige and also the ones I had in my gifted and the ones I had in my already cut out things. And she said, oh, those look like a lot of badges, so we could give them to Courtney as her badges. So I said, okay, I just left them there for Courtney. And of course, Haley forgot to tell Courtney they were for her. So I saw Courtney yesterday because I had to go to their house to get a shower and do a load of wash. And because I still didn't have power, and they got theirs back again. So anyway, that's the story. And then the next series will be what Haley made, and it'll be, each one will be the front, and then there's going to be the backs of them, and then her little boat with the princess floating off to another land. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you had a chance to watch everyone else's creations. I'm catching up because I couldn't watch YouTube either because my phone would drain, and it was a struggle just keeping the phone charged. I had to run it in the car, or when we ran the generator, plug it in quick, and my son and I were fighting over the one outlet set that we had available to use. Between that and the coffee pot, yeah, it was hot water. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week, guys. It's going to be another busy one for me. I think this is probably going to be moving week for my mother and getting her settled. And of course, I'm up there just about every day now, except today. I'm going to be there tomorrow for sure, but today's my one day so far. I haven't been up there at all, up there or at her house, because I've got a lot to do at her house, to clean up, to bring things here, to get ready for selling, etc., etc. So have a great week, and I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching, and I hope you come back and watch again. Hugs, love, and peace, and sorry if I'm not on as much as I have hoped to, but that's why. Okay, bye-bye for now.